What is up, YouTube? Just doing a follow-up video on the splitters and the Super 73 RX. Last video I did showed a little bit of the user interface and how the splitter works and the low battery life. Now this video is going to show you how to clean up this wire. One of my customers told me that you could run this wire inside of the frame and it makes it look a lot cleaner. I'm going to try to tackle that. Before I do, I just wanted to thank everyone that subscribed to my channel. It's pretty cool to see that I got a lot of subscribers, and keep using those links for the $100 off Super 73. It was awesome to get my first referral on there. That was kind of awesome. So thanks for all the support, and let me show you guys how to change this wire up and get it inside the frame. Alright, so one of the first steps we're going to do is just to take off the two rubber grommets here. That gives us a little bit more access. The next thing that we'll do is we'll pull on some of these wires. I disconnected whatever the heck this goes to. Disconnecting that, I'm going to pull that wire through to give enough room for the connector to run through the frame here. That's the plan. Alright, so I've taken off the rubber grommets underneath the seat, and then at these two access points as well. When I took out the two small wires, the only wires that you can really remove from the run easily, I tied a piece of string to it, so that way when I pulled it out of the frame, it let me have these pieces of string to pull the wires back through. I'm going to attempt to pull this wire back through and then the other two wires through and button this thing up. Alright, so I got the main wire up and through the frame for the second battery, but there's a motor cable, or might be the motor cable, I'm pretty sure it's the motor cable or something else. Yeah, it's the motor cable that is going through the frame here, which is just as thick as this wire, and I can't get the connector through the back part. But the second battery cable and connector can make it through the majority of the frame from here to here. It's a little bit cleaner of a look once it's done, but this is the update. Already got the rubber grommet back on the front. Got all the wires fished back through. It was a pretty big pain in the ass to get this wire and the other wire that I removed back through. Even with the fishing wire, it was pretty difficult. It was actually easier to just fish it without the fishing wire, without the fishing string, but the string did help to get it through. I don't know if it's worth doing, but all it does is get the second battery cable inside the frame instead of outside the frame. I had it zip tied to the other mount before, and it was working fine just like that. But this is for people that want to make it a little bit cleaner. Speaking of clean, I still haven't even cleaned my bike, but like I said, it's getting plenty of use. Alright, so we can see that the front is done, the middle grommets are back on, the back grommets are back on, and I just have to plug in all the wires, plug in my splitter again, and I will be done here. Pretty much done. You can see how it looks. It's pretty clean, a little bit cleaner than being on the outside. I like it. I don't know if I would go through all the work again, but I don't have to. Alright, so I went inside to grab a battery, to give it a test here. I've gotten everything loosely plugged back in, but not completely zip tied back together because we need to test it. Cool thing about the splitter is that you can run one battery at a time with the same Y splitter. This second battery will just be not in use, but the bike will be on. So we've got our bike on. Looks like we've still got our tail light. Still got our throttle. Got our headlight. Brakes. Looks like we got everything we need here. Brake looks like it's on though. That's funny. We'll have to see how that goes. Turn off the lights, it's off. But when the lights were on, sure does feel like barely goes brighter there. Oh, there it goes. Finally. Alright. It's not something, it's another thing. Well, that's everything. It's working. Just gotta zip tie it back together. We're good to go. Alrighty. Got it all buttoned up here. Got the cover zip tied back on. It looks just about as good as it does stock. I really like the way that the wire looks inside of the frame versus being all hanging out here like it was before. It looks a lot cleaner. I do like the look, and I'm sure it will perform exactly the same. So I would recommend this upgrade or this reconfiguration. But it was a little bit challenging to get the wires through, to fish them through, and to get the rubber grommets back on properly. Rubber grommets are important though. They protect the wires from cutting themselves on the aluminum frame. Steel is a lot stronger than rubber, so the rubber grommets definitely do their work. I'm gonna test this out. Luckily I have the cane built headlight. I peeled off the top stickers once again. I think that looks a lot better than with the cane built on there. There's already enough branding on the bike. I don't need more. But other than that, we are back in business. Can't wait to take this thing out tonight. Thanks for subscribing and watching. Really do appreciate the support. Like always, there's a link in the description. $100 off a Super 73. It helps you and it helps me. Like and subscribe. Thank you, everybody.